Hey folks, John here, and let me tell you something. The road to financial peace starts with a budget. You can't get where you're going if you don't know where you're at. Without a budget, you're just driving blind, hoping for the best. This ain't about being cheap, it's about taking control of your money and telling it where to go instead of wondering where it went. We're gonna walk through 7 simple steps together, and I promise you it's easier than you think. Stick with me and we'll get you on the path to financial freedom. First things first, we got to know what we're working with. That means figuring out your net income, the money you actually bring home after taxes and all those deductions. Don't go looking at your gross pay and think you're rich. We're talking about the cold, hard cash hitting your bank account. Once you know that number, write it down, circle it, and let it sink in. That's your starting point, folks. Now comes the fun part, folks. Time to track your spending. I know, it sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, but trust me on this one. For the next month, I want you to write down every dime you spend, every cup of coffee, every streaming service, every impulse buy at the grocery store. Write it down. You'll be amazed at where your money is actually going. Now that you know where your money's going, let's talk about where you want it to go. What are your dreams? Paying off debt? Buying a house, early retirement? Write those goals down and put a dollar figure next to them. This ain't just about surviving, folks, it's about thriving. Having clear goals will keep you motivated when things get tough. Chapter 4. Build your battle plan. Make a budget. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. We're going to build your budget. Remember that net income number we talked about? That's your starting point. Now subtract your expenses, both those needs and wants, and see what's left. If you don't have enough to cover everything, don't panic. We'll adjust and make it work. Chapter 5. Find your fit. Pick a budget method. There are a lot of fancy budget methods out there, but we're going to keep it simple. You can try the 50/30/20 method, the envelope system, zero-based budgeting, or paying yourself first. Find what works for you and stick with it. The best budget is the one you'll actually follow. Chapter 6. Trim the fat, adjust your spending. Now it's time to get serious about cutting expenses. Remember those wants we talked about? That's the first place to look. Do you really need that daily latte? Can you cut back on eating out? Every little bit adds up, folks, and don't be afraid to negotiate lower rates on your bills. Chapter 7. Stay the course, review your budget regularly. Congratulations, you've got a budget, but the work ain't over yet. You gotta review your budget regularly and make adjustments as needed. Life throws curveballs, and your budget needs to be flexible enough to handle them. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and you'll reach your financial goals. Out or take control of your money. Listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, budgeting takes work. But let me tell you something, it is absolutely worth it. You work too hard to be living paycheck to paycheck, stressed out about money all the time. Take control of your finances, folks. Get on a budget, start saving, and watch your financial dreams become a reality. Remember, you can't get where you're going if you don't know where you're at. Now go out there and win with your money.